Now that we've defined what a reciprocal is, and we know how to work with a reciprocal, we'll talk about dividing by a fraction as multiplying by the reciprocal of the thing we're dividing by. So here we're taking 5 divided by 1/2. To do this, we would take 5 times, you'll notice I'm changing instead of divided, it's now times, and I'm going to do the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2 over 1, which I'll just simplify to 2. You can see we got 5 times 2 is equal to 10. You'll always take the reciprocal of the one you're dividing by. It's always the one that follows your division. You'll never take the reciprocal of that one. You'll never do the reciprocal of the 5. It's always the 1/2 in this instance. All right, if I'm trying to do 2/5 divided by 4/3, well, this is going to be 2/5 times, so I'm just taking that first number, leave it exactly as it is, change this from division to multiplication, and do the reciprocal here, so 3/4. So 2/5 times 3/4. At this point, I could kind of crunch this together, so I can think of these as the same, the top part there, which allows me to recognize that I can cancel a common factor here, because these are both divisible by 2. When I cancel it, and when I divide both of them by 2, I'm left with a 2 down here and a 1 up there. So I get 3 over 10. Now I could have done this without doing that, without doing this sort of canceling ahead of time. I would have gotten 6 over 20, which would have, again, given me 3 over 10. I just think it's a good idea to get in the habit of canceling ahead of time when you can, because like I said, these numbers aren't very big, but they do eventually get big. And yeah, it's just a good habit to get in. All right, 5/8 divided by 3 3/4. Here we're dividing by a mixed number, 5/8. So the first step I'm going to do is actually to take that 3 3/4 and convert it to an improper fraction. 3 times 4 is 12. Add that to the 3 up here. We get 15/4. All right, so 5/8 divided by 15/4. That's easy enough. 5/8 times 4/15. I'm now changing this from dividing by a fraction to multiplying by its reciprocal. So you can see the 15/4 flipped upside down. And now let's go ahead and push these things together. 5 times 4 over 8 times 15. You can see there's some cancellation that can take place here. I can divide both top and this factor by 4, divide this factor by 4, giving 2. I can also divide this one by 5, leaving a 1, and divide this one by 5, leaving a 3. So up top, really, I only have the 1 left behind. 1 times 1 is 1. And down below, I have 2 times 3, which is 6. If I hadn't done this sort of cancellation, let's look to see what would happen. I would end up with 20 over, well, 8 times 15 is 120. The numbers, start to get a little bit bigger here. This one's actually not that bad, though, because 20 is a common factor here. And fairly easily, you can still see this reduces down to 1/6, because there's a common factor of 20 that can cancel.